Hey guys, Simply Golden here. Welcome back to another What's Cooking video. Guys, I'm about to hook you up. I'm going to show you guys how to make some delicious, flaky Jamaican fried dumpling. This is a super easy recipe that you can enjoy with your family. You don't need a lot of ingredients for this. You just need some milk, a little bit of sugar, some salt, butter, and then I'm using self-rising flour, but you can feel free to use all-purpose flour. Just be sure to add in some baking powder. I'm also going to be using some gloves because this recipe can be a tad bit messy, so I'll use the gloves to knead all the ingredients. First things first, I'm just going to grab my mixing bowl. And guys, I'm also going to speed this video up because like I said, this is a super easy recipe. I'm going to go ahead and add in 3 cups of self-rising flour to my mixing bowl. I'm also going to add in a half teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon sugar. I'm going to mix all that up together, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of salted butter. If you're going to use unsalted butter, just go ahead and add in more salt. Once that's added in, I'm going to put on my gloves so I can start kneading the flour and the butter together. Guys, you just want to make sure that there's no large lumps of butter in your mixture. The butter should almost be dissolved inside the flour. All right, so once the butter and the flour are all mixed together and there's no large chunks of butter in your mixture, go ahead and add in your liquid. I am using a cup and a half of milk, but guys, you can also use water for this recipe. I just like the way the milk tastes, but I make my fried dumpling both ways. Sometimes I make it with milk, sometimes I make it with water. The more you make this recipe, you'll figure out which one you like the best, whether it be water or milk. Right now, I'm just really feeling the milk. So guys, this is the super important part. Make sure when you are adding the milk to your flour mixture, you do not add the full 1.5 cup in at once. You want to pour little at a time and knead as you pour. So you put a little bit of milk and then you mix and knead the flour together with your hands. You just want everything to kind of blend together. You don't want your mixture too soggy and you don't want it too dry. Just watch it carefully and pour a little bit in at a time until the mixture is the right consistency. Guys, the name of the game is knead, 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 knead. Continue kneading your dough until it is light but firm. You'll know when it's done because the dough will not stick to your fingers, and as you knead it, it will feel very nice and fluffy. So I'm finished kneading my dough, and because I am using a self-rising flour, I'm going to need to give this dough time to rise. So I'm just going to roll it in a ball, grab some cling wrap, wrap it up in the cling wrap, and let it sit anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes until it has risen.
6 hours later.
So guys, you can tell by how much this dough has expanded that it is oh so ready. So I'm just going to throw back on my gloves and I'm just going to knead it out a little bit more just to soften it. Guys, look at the consistency of this dough. It has completely changed. The look and the feel, it's different. So knead it out a little bit more and then you're just going to break pieces off to form your dumpling. I'm going to make larger dumplings. You can make them as large or as small as you like. You can make whatever shape you want. You can turn them into a work of art if you want. I'm just going to make little round balls. And these guys, they look pretty small with the size of the balls, but once they start to fry, they will definitely expand. So if you want very small, dainty dumplings, just break off smaller pieces. Now for the magic, go ahead and heat your skillet to medium heat. I'm using canola oil and I'm also going to put a little piece of the dough to make sure the oil is hot. The oil needs to be hot before you add in the dumpling. Now guys, you do not want to rush this process. You want to make sure that the dumpling take its time to cook. You don't want to have the stove too high because the outside of the dumpling will brown very quickly and you will think it's done, but once you break it open, the inside is completely raw, which is not the right way to make fried dumpling. The right way to make fried dumpling is you need it to just take its time and cook. You're just going to turn them frequently, making sure they are brown on all sides and making sure that you take the time to really cook them. My dumplings were fully cooked within 15 minutes. Look how delicious my dumplings look. They are good to go. They are all done. I'm just going to rest them on some paper towels so they have time to cool off a little and to drain off some of the oil. Look at my dumplings. Guys, they look so good and they taste even better. So just get them out of the pot and let them sit for a couple minutes. So guys, these dumplings have been resting for a few minutes and now it's time to eat. This is a very easy and delicious recipe. The butter gives these dumplings a nice, flaky, creamy flavor. Everyone will love this recipe. Dumplings can be paired with so many different dishes. You can even eat them by themselves. Look at the inside. Look at that, guys. It's absolutely delicious. Now for these dumplings, I am making breakfast for my family. So I'll be pairing these dumplings with some delicious ackee and saltfish and a piece of boiled yam. This is an authentic Jamaican style dish, and this is definitely a staple Jamaican breakfast in my home. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you try it out and you love it, just leave me a comment down below and let me know that you love my recipe. If you have any questions about this recipe, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys.